We'll hand over to our CEO, Mr. Marco Marangoni. Please, Marco.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Okay, just a couple of slides in order to explain and give my observation related to the period. I think the most important is that basically we are achieving all our main targets, as you know, are achieving the results we have forecasted, but also the transformation we had into a real health IP company with a high margin and really solid revenue streams. This is something that it's basically became as normality for us because if I don't mind, we had at the beginning of our journey from 2023, we had positive results every quarter. So we are consolidating our position. We are going to accomplish our annual targets, but also I think we are in the right direction for achieving also the plan and 28. Okay. Another important point is related the program we are executing related especially the integration program, and this program is currently creating fresh revenue. So I think it's really good to explain that it's something really important that we are making a business cross businesses and upselling business using new products and services coming from new acquisitions. And the last point of this slide is related to the speed up in terms of progress in terms of development of the Nordic markets. You probably saw how many operations we are doing. We already acquired 2 companies, but we are working, of course, in doing other businesses. So we are definitely focused in this market, in Sweden, in the Swedish market, and in Nordic markets. We the next slide. Okay, this is just a comparison. I did this work for just to explain the entity of our achievements, and I think we could split in three areas, in 3 segments. The first one is definitely the revenue. As you can see, we are currently having a really stunning results in terms of revenue, and we are definitely having a better result if we make a decision with IT market benchmarks. And by the way, this is an information coming from the IT Observatory from the European Union. And then the second segment is related to financial indicators, and as you can see, we are really in line with the main financial indicators if we did compared with other entities similar to us. The real difference is that these entities are mostly located in Europe. In our case, we are working worldwide. And the third group of indicators are mostly related to our organization, just to give you an idea about the quality of the organization. And so we are currently having a really stable organization in terms of human resources, experts, no big rotation of people. And the most important point is related to our quality and on-time delivery. This is another indicator that it's important because it means a strong retainment of customers. We have 89% as rate of on-time delivery. It means that people and customers are not wasting and not losing money for delays with our projects, with our activities. So this is just to let you know, taking the main KPIs, how we are, which kind of work we are doing, and how we are moving. I think this is what I prepared for this meeting. I think, Peter,
Thank you very much, Marco. And I want to remind all participants that these slides will be available together with a recording and together with a report on the company website. And with that, I hand over to our group CFO, Mr. Chetan Ottam, to speak a little bit about the strong margin development in this report.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Marco. Good day, everyone. I think further to what Peter has mentioned and Marco has demonstrated also in the slides, and those who have been following our press releases, etc., I think there's a focused effort in terms of management and the business as a whole in terms of investing more into digital and emerging technologies and into smart infrastructure. I think the focus has been in the recent while to increase our investments, and we see huge opportunities in these two areas. If you look in terms of our growth for the digital and emerging technologies, it has been improving from year in 2024, and we're hoping to continue this trend by encouraging and putting a focused effort in terms of growing some of the businesses that we've acquired and being able to take it onto the global market. So this is in terms of our strategy to achieve our targets of this year and beyond, and obviously keep up to the profitability that we've been achieving in the group. Look, there's continuous pressures in terms of businesses out there, and I think key focus for ourselves is always to try and increase our cash balances, to continue being profitable in White-Pearl, and to deliver shareholder value to the investors and to the people who have invested in our business. Thank you, Peter. On to the next slide, please. Coming back to the numbers, if you look in terms of our 2028 trajectory, we've forecasted 827 million SEK revenue in 2028. This year we've got 1 quarter to go, and our trajectory or forecast was 417 million. Year to date, we've achieved a revenue figure of 363. So it is certainly the goal of ourselves and management to reach this target and to surpass it, and hopefully get to a number anywhere between 470 and 500 million. This is our aim. There's a lot of pressure on business to perform in this quarter. 1 month has gone into the quarter, and this year is rapidly coming to a close, but we are confident, and we're trying our level best to achieve and to beat these targets and these numbers that we have forecasted. Thank you, Peter. I'll hand over to you.
Thank you very much, Chetan. And with that, I want to hand over to Mr. Stephen Thorne, who I usually call our Vice President for exciting stuff. He's Vice President of Artificial Intelligence, Data Science, and Blockchain, and he's going to speak about our maybe most exciting product group, the Nexus AI platform. Please, Stephen, go ahead.
Thank you, Peter. Good afternoon, everybody. So before we start, I just want to perhaps start with a statement. We're not building AI solutions. We're building enterprise-grade solutions imbued with AI. So AI companies sell technology. We solve enterprise problems. Our customers buy revenue recovery, they buy compliance automation, but AI is how we deliver those outcomes better than anyone else. So let me take you through the details. Nexus is our or at least Nexus, our revenue and optimization product is our flagship product. It's a municipal revenue management system powered by AI. So it has 8 integrated modules: revenue analytics, fraud detection, customer management, billing, property management, collections, everything that municipalities need. And the result is billions in revenue identified for our customer. We've got a 94% fraud detection accuracy and double-digit ROI. It takes days to deploy, not months. And customers don't buy it because it uses machine learning. They buy it because it finds money they're losing. And that's the difference between AI solutions and enterprise-grade solutions that are imbued with AI. We've proven this works. We've deployed in our first municipality in South Africa. We have a 257 municipality total addressable market in South Africa with a strong pipeline. We are now ready to scale. We have over 2,000 municipalities across Africa, a $20 billion opportunity. Then MENA and LATAM add another $50 billion. This is a recurring software as a service model, and it runs on enterprise architecture infrastructure. So multi-cloud, TensorFlow, Kafka, SOC 2 certified, production ready, mission critical. And Nexus revenue optimization is the proof. Now let me introduce you to the platform. So Peter, if you wouldn't mind opening, there we go. So the next platform is 5 products, $800 million opportunity, give or take. And as I mentioned earlier, our revenue optimization tool is live, generating revenue. And as I mentioned before, we have about a 500 million total addressable market there. Sentinel, which we are launching in Q2, is an AI, Q2 26, apologies, is an AI-powered compliance tool. It's not an AI tool. It's enterprise GRC that predicts violations before they happen. So we're looking at between a 60 to 70% workload reduction and approximately $200 million total addressable market in that space. Our Nexus support is live. We provide SAP and Oracle maintenance, and we can see anywhere between 50 to 70% savings, and we have a $100 million addressable market there. Our Nexus CRM and Nexus HR, we are rolling out in 2025-26. So the sort of Q4 25 and Q1, Q2 26, they are currently being used internally. We're piloting them, and the idea is then to market them to our customers as well. This is all built on the Nexus AI platform. So for customers, it provides a complete enterprise suite, fast deployment, proven ROI, one vendor, multiple solutions. For White Pearl Technology Group, we see a $800 million opportunity, a land and expand model, gross margins north of 75%. We have a first mover advantage. We are between 12 and 18 months ahead of our competition in the space, and we have platform lock-in as well. So the investment, it enables our expansion of our sales model. We are looking, as I said, at launching Sentinel, and then we then have the opportunity for geographic growth and further product development. CRM, GRC, revenue management, these software, enterprise software categories are fundamentally better because unlike a lot of our competition that are building AI on top of existing products, we are AI native from the start. And I think that is obviously for us the opportunity. So if we go to the next slide, Peter. Thank you. So the market opportunity, as I mentioned previously, we've got a $50 billion market. If we look at enterprises lose between 5 to 10% of revenue annually, the compliance burden is growing, legacy systems have no intelligence. And obviously from that perspective, if we look at traditional solutions, as I said, we've got anywhere between a 12 to 18 months implementation, costs anywhere north of between $5 and $25 million, a significant business disruption, and as I mentioned earlier, retrofitted AI. Our solution, it's enterprise software that works, it's imbued with AI, and it's deployed in weeks. I suppose the importance is, why we win as White Pearl. And I think obviously we've touched on a few of these points, but just to wrap it up, I think we are AI native. So we built AI solutions from the ground up. We haven't retrofitted existing solutions with AI capability. I think our speed, anywhere between 12 to 18 months to deploy, are anywhere between 10 to 20 times faster than that. We have an emerging market focus. So these tools are built for Africa, MENA, and LATAM. That doesn't necessarily mean we can't expand them into other markets, but we feel that they have an immediate uptake in these three markets, and that's obviously. And lastly, from an economics perspective, as I mentioned earlier, from a cost perspective, we're anywhere between 80 to 90% lower than the equivalent product from SAP or Oracle. So from a proven results perspective, we've identified, as I said, billions in revenue that can be recovered. We have a double-digit ROI and industry-leading accuracy. We're not selling AI, we're selling results. AI is just how we deliver them better than anyone else. So in closing, what are we building? We're building the intelligent operating system for enterprise operations in emerging markets, not AI solutions. As I said previously, this is enterprise-grade software, revenue management, compliance, support, CRM, HR. Every product is imbued with AI. And just a quick example, if one has to take, let's look at HR as an example. Existing AI HR solutions work well, but to try and retrofit AI into that becomes complicated. Whereas our solutions, as I said, are imbued with HR, with AI. They're built with AI from the ground up. And in this space, in HR, for example, the ability to look at sort of predicting attrition rates based on historical, all of this is what AI does well. And I think certainly once we launch our CRM and HR solutions, I think it's a game changer in terms of what we've managed to build. We have the technology, it's been proven. We have the traction. As I said, we've deployed our first customer. We've identified billions in revenue that can be clawed back. We have a strong pipeline. We have the team. We have world-class AI expertise, and we have first mover advantage. So sales expansion, the launch of Sentinel, and then obviously the geographic growth. That is Nexus AI. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Stephen, for sharing this exciting development. Now I want to hand over to Mr. Ibrahim Laher, our founder and strategic advisor to the board, to speak about our M&A activities and strategy. Please go ahead, Ibrahim.
Thank you, Peter. It obviously gives us great pleasure to be able to present these set of results to the market. And I think, like you've seen today, a lot of work gets done in terms of delivering technology solutions And the other part of the business as well is that we do significant work around mergers and acquisitions and partnerships. I think the last quarter saw significant movement for us in terms of some global partnerships that we've brought onto the group. I think the most important one being with It's Mine, a Gartner-rated cybersecurity business, where we've now partnered exclusively as distributors for Africa. We're currently in discussions to expand the partnership globally. And I think that provides us with significant mover advantage in terms of being able to provide cybersecurity solutions, world-class ones, to our customers. We continue increasing our relationship with Perisend in the document management space, again, extremely important. We have expanded, or we've announced our intention to expand our smart infrastructure offering, the latest family joiner being Premier Brands Energy Solutions, a company in Africa specializing in solar systems and energy. And yes, Belay Talent Solutions has been part of the group now for a couple of months, and I mean, they're expanding rapidly as well, both in Africa and beyond. Next page, please, Peter. I think the latest agreement that we've announced to the press is the agreement to purchase some assets from Spotter Group, a fellow First North listed entity in Sweden. The deal will be conditional upon approval at the EGM, which is scheduled presently for Spotter on the 21st of November. In total, White Pearl will be paying a consideration of approximately 19 million SEK and will acquire shares in 4 entities. The first one being Adligo AB, which is a cloud-based governance, HR, and decision management platform, which is very exciting for us both in the Nordics and Sweden, as well as then taking it beyond. Krobia AB as well brings high-tech, or I mean high-end consulting expertise in application development, sports tech, finance as well. And that will add to our headcount in Sweden, in the Nordics, as well as then open up significant opportunities for us to go. Spotter and this agreement fundamentally is the next phase in our Swedish, our European, and our Nordics expansion plan. As we've said to the market over the last while, that's where our strategic growth is coming. When we started White Pearl, the intention always was to be able to build a diversified technology model, which we will then roll out globally. When we listed in Sweden, we mentioned our intention to the market in 2023 that we believe the White Pearl model, which is, as you've seen now, delivers consistent profitable results for investors quarter after quarter, is also relevant from a technology perspective for the Nordics. And the moves we've been making over the last year, 18 months, bears testament to that. Sweden is becoming a larger and larger contributor to our earnings, to our people capital, to our solution capital. Cross-sell, upsell, which remains our largest activity within the group, as we bring these new acquisitions on board and we try and leverage both our existing footprints, our existing solutions, as well as then the new family joiners, ultimately is how we basically continue and we plan to drive value into the future. So we're super excited about Spotter as yet another brick in terms of the foundation that we're building to become a Swedish global tech company. Lastly, in terms of just further things around Spotter, we believe that it's bringing Nordic innovation more into White Pearl. Spotter's App Spotter's products are certainly relevant in terms of taking it into the current geographies we're in, and I mean certainly will give White Pearl even more access to a valuable Nordic talent as well as businesses, and I mean continue developing White Pearl into a truly global tech business, not just one focused on emerging market, but obviously we come from the emerging market and now we accelerating our Nordic, Swedish, as well as European footprint as we become a true Swedish global tech company. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. And it's now time for your questions. You can either, before we take questions, I would remind you that this presentation has been recorded, and if you were a late joiner, you can see the first parts of the presentation on the recording that we will publish on our homepage. If anyone wants the presentation as a PDF, just send me an email on ir@whiteballtech.com and I will send it to you immediately. If you have any questions now, please use the raising of hand function or write the question in the meeting chat. First question is from Niklas Elmhammer from Carlsquare. Go ahead, Niklas. Unmute your phone and put your question.
Yes, thank you, and good afternoon and good morning, and congrats on a strong performance. Unfortunately, I missed the first part of the presentation, but just regarding, I was wondering if you could comment a little bit on what geographies and what clients are driving organic growth. I mean, Africa and the Middle East seem strong. For example, India a bit softer.
Yes, I don't know if we should ask Chetan to answer this question.
Yes, Chetan, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas. So yes, if we start from India, one of the partners that we've got in India that we work with largely is Yash Technologies. That's one of the clients that we have, and we deliver services to end users in the geography. Bruntomite also does work in the Middle East for FIWA. It's one of the larger utility providers in Dubai in the Middle East. The other big businesses that we have in Egypt is ECC, NDF, and Cloud. They do work for the likes of Egypt Air. They do work in Saudi Arabia. We do work for one of the larger service providers and IT service providers in Saudi to end users through partnering in other direct services that we do for clients in that region. If we look at our business in East Africa, we have Ethiopian Rail and the Ethiopian Insurance Corporation that we provide through ERPST. Coming down south to South Africa, we have multinationals, we have large municipalities in South Africa that we provide services to. From a geographic point of view, we have Africa contributing to just over 50% in revenue. Second largest or one of the larger contributors is some of the services and the businesses we have in Sweden. Luminary providing services to Handelsbank, and they've been doing so for a number of years. So in terms of the concentration, it is widespread for the clients that we are providing our services to. The clients are large, like Stephen pointed out in his presentation. We provide end-to-end solutions to such clients to maximize the services and to improve the business through some of these clients by bringing some of the technologies and the services that we provide through the various entities of our group and through the people that we have utilizing the platforms, etc. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And a bit of follow-up there. To you achieve your revised guidance for 2025 in terms of revenue, if I'm correct, you need to see somewhat accelerated growth in Q4. So what segments or geographies do you see will pick up to drive this performance?
Correct. So in Sweden, after the summer, we normally have a better Q4 performance compared to Q3, where things do slow down in the Nordics over the summer. So we are looking and aiming for a larger contribution from our Swedish businesses in Q4. In the rest of the regions, some of the pre-sold work and some of the existing work in progress that we have in our balance sheet, there is pressure upon us to realize the revenue and to close those projects, and therefore getting to our forecast and to beat the forecast that we've set ourselves of the 470 million set for this year.
Okay, thank you. And regarding the margin target, 15.4% versus 18% achieved already in 9 months. So it looks like a bit of a low bar. Is there anything special we should pay attention to that might impact profitability negatively in Q4, or is this just still a conservative guidance?
Look, it is conservative guidance. Also, as the business in the Nordics improve, it is a lower based profitability, and our GPs are lower in terms of the businesses and the services that we provide through the Nordics and in Sweden at the moment. But we always do caution ourselves in terms of being conservative around the percentages, and therefore try and meet it and beat it, and be able to then meet the expectations of our shareholders and investors.
Okay, thank you. And just also, if I may, on the financials, if you could comment on cash flow from investments. You have some ongoing investments in subsidiaries. If you could elaborate a little bit on what that is related to, and how that is, how you see that going forward in terms of.
Correct. Thank you. So the acquisitions that we've concluded thus far this year had a larger cash component to it, and hence we've utilized the cash generated through operations in terms of investing in the subsidiaries that we've acquired. Going forward, and as we expand our team, we will certainly look upon the expertise of some of our members that are joining us in terms of looking at the appropriate gearing, so that as we expand acquisitions and to a degree organic growth, we are able to right size the balance sheet in terms of how much we are able to gear against the investments and the assets that we purchase.
Okay, thank you. Great. I'll move back into the queue.
Thank you. Thanks for the questions, Nicholas. Much appreciated.
If there are any other questions, please raise your hand. If not, maybe it's time to conclude, and wish you all a continued pleasant Wednesday. And you have my email and phone number on the screen now, and please do not hesitate a second to get in contact with me if I can help you in any way. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.